In the mix with DJ Rambo Rich.
Okay, so welcome to the What's That Music podcast. I'm your host, DJ Rambo Rich, and today's guest is a singer-songwriter called Adam Wedd. I'm really excited to have him on the podcast. So with no further ado, I'm just going to get him to introduce himself, tell him a bit about himself, and we'll take it from there. So first of all, thank you, Adam, for coming on the podcast. I'm really excited to interview you. And so if you just introduce yourself, tell us a bit about yourself and what sort of artist you are, and we'll take it from there.
Thanks, Rich. Yeah, lovely thanks for having me on. My name is Adam Wedd, and I am a singer-songwriter, and I'm currently making my debut album. It's taken me a while, and I love to play live shows and tour, but I'm really enjoying doing some podcasts like this just to promote my new album that is coming out next year. But I just did an EP as well called Merchant Man, which I think we're going to chat about. But really chuffed to be here. Got my coffee. Everything is good.
Perfect. I mean, I first discovered you on Instagram, and I must admit, you seem really quite busy at the moment. And I that's one of the things I thought, we've got to get this guy, because he's definitely out there grinding, trying to make it happen. And when I see someone doing that, I'm like, what do you want to speak to them? You want to see what they're about. So definitely. Yeah. So I think what we're going to do now is...
Bless you.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome. I think what we're going to do now is go to the first round, which is mixtapes and memories. So 1 second and we'll be back with that.
Perfect.
Okay, so this is mixtapes and memories. And in mixtapes and memories, we talk about past memories of music and how it all started for you. So to start that off, what is your first memory of music? When I say, music, where do you get taken back to? What was the first time you thought, what discovered music? Where did you discover music?
So it's a bit unexpected, but it's in three parts. I'll be very brief. The first moment I remember as a 7 or 8 year old would be listening to Celine Dion at the end of my parents' bed. They have a big hi-fi with these massive, great big headphones, and I just remember listening to it thinking, this sounds amazing, like it sounds so good. And the song, I've come to realize that the guy who wrote those songs with Celine Dion is also awesome, and she's obviously phenomenal. But then after that I got into the Now CDs. I would collect them, like all the Now, like I don't know what it was on, like Now 35 or Now 40 or something. I think it's over 100 now. And then I love like pop punk and playing guitar and Beatles songs and The Who, and so that's sort of the early days, if you like. And then fast forward to a bit more recently, I've got into more music production and been enjoying house music and 80s music and stuff with synthesizers, and it's sort of all blending together, I think, to form something that I'm doing now. But I think music's just an amazing tool for communicating, and it helps me express what I'm feeling, and I feel a little bit less alone when I do that, because hopefully it resonates with other people that might feel similar things. So,
definitely. I love that answer. So you saying about CDs there, and because I always forget with guests, because I'm 34, even though people are surprised when I say that. But what was the first sort of like music that you bought, you remember buying?
So when I was like 17, I worked in Woolworths, which I think is shut down in this country, but it's still going in Germany.
I remember the days. Pick and mix.
So at the end of my 4-hour shift, I would spend my hard-earned money on pick and mix and whatever CDs coming out. And I think I don't know what the first one was I bought. I think it might be one called Train by a band called Train. They had that song called Drops of Jupiter.
Yeah.
I think it was that. Yeah, which I still think is a great record to this day.
Just a bit of a sidebar here. You're taking me back there. I remember you used to like go to Woolworths all the time with like your spare pocket money or whatever you might have. Like it might have been Christmas or something. You get a CD and get a single and stuff. So you've taken me back there, man. Like some memories there.
That's
even
good.
Because I've even bought cassettes from Woolworths, which is dating those now, isn't it? But anyway.
I think they're coming back, because I'm
definitely.
I want to do it as an option for when I release my album, because I've like, or maybe I don't know. I think there's something about a cassette. It's like a mini VHS. It just feels so analog, and
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's cool. I think we need nostalgia more than ever right now, because it feels like the world's a little bit of a mess. So it's like, let's remember the good times.
Definitely. I mean, I still use cassettes now. Like I've got, if
Really?
an artist releases an album on cassette tapes, I do my utmost to try and buy that album if it's an artist
Yeah.
that I'm a fan of. Like the one I've most enjoyed recently, and there's a clip on the Instagram when I with a rapper called X I Don't Lie. We were talking about this sort of like nostalgia with the cassette tapes. I know I run off and get a cassette tape, and it's Logic's No Pressure album, and it's just really interesting, like how like everyone a lot of people I've spoken to on this podcast really quite love the physical format of music, which is nice to hear. You know, like I'm always concerned that that's going to die out, but I feel like we're keeping it alive. Do you know what I mean?
I think we will. Yeah, I think because music is, I don't know, like there's something that's so ethereal, and it's there, and it's digital, and it's in your brain, and it's in your heart. So to have something physical that's representing it, that's not just your phone or your laptop, I think that's quite powerful. So I feel like those connections are going to become stronger, but sadly probably more expensive as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there was someone I was watching recently, I can't remember who it was now, but they were saying about how, like, if you can buy all of music for £10 a month, then the value of that music is less.
It's true, but then I feel like I'm in an enigma, right? Because, like, no, maybe that's the wrong word. But like, I love my Spotify. Like, I get paid a little royalty, like a few times a year from it. Not a lot. I don't make most of my money from Spotify, but I really enjoy, like, if I'm having a shower, or like if I want to listen to a podcast, I will absolutely love it. But then I realize more and more that it's actually quite damaging. And I'm trying to work out the pros and cons. I don't know yet, but I'm on a journey to work it out, whether it's even worth it.
I know what you mean. I think from a like an exposure point of view, like it's like trying to think of an equivalent. It's like that you go to a gig, say, and you hear of a guy. The first thing you do is open your Spotify, search that guy. Do you know what I mean? It used to be like Apple Music, but it's more Spotify now. But you know, like I say, it's funny, isn't it? Like how things have changed.
It's nuts, and I don't know. I, as a consumer, I absolutely love it. But yeah, it's interesting to work out the facts. I think I'm paying more a month than I get in a royalty back from it.
Right.
And because I've put out 4 EPs now that are all up on Spotify. Little plug. And
why not? Why not? That's why we're here.
Yeah, but then next year I'm having an album coming out, and I'm really considering not putting it on Spotify at all, because I'm just like, I've worked so hard for this album. I just want to sell physical copies or downloads from my website, and maybe I'll put one song on Spotify, but I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll cave in. But
so
I'm like,
it sounds like more of a like you want to have more control over the money, which is important because that's how you make a living. And 2, like the distribution of it, you can control that a bit more, which I would say gives you more power. But obviously, you've got to weigh it up with the viability of it, as you were saying there. But it's interesting. And there's a lot of comedians now I've known that are like, they're not recording hour specials on like platforms. They're making the content themselves, recording it at a gig, and then they're putting it on their website, and then they're making their website like the streaming apps and everything, and the destination place.
Wow.
So that's something to think about.
That's interesting. I don't know. I'm fascinated by it, and I think, as you said, it's an amazing distribution tool, and for the exposure, like it is really, really helpful. But I signed the distribution deal with AWOL, which it stands for Artists Without a Label, and it's now owned by Sony Music.
Oh,
and I thought that was going to be great, and at the beginning it was really cool, but now it's just another big corporation, and I'm like, well, yeah, I don't know. I think the biggest card I have to play is I'm an independent artist, and I've just got to run with that, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not sure if the singer Katie Nash is independent anymore. She
Oh yeah,
might have been, but I
yeah.
do like a lot of the work that she's doing and like
Mm,
highlighting,
mm.
like how the system's changed quite a lot. So definitely,
Yeah,
definitely. Going back
yeah.
to, I want to just make sure I don't go off too much of a tangent.
That's all right.
But I always love the tangents because you never
I
know
love
where
it.
they're going to go to, so it's great.
Exactly. Yeah.
so, so you said that your first CD you bought was Woolworths. So, what was the first experience of seeing music performed live?
Oh yeah. So it's a little blurry now, probably because of the beer that I would have had as a 16-year-old, which I should have had. Yeah. But also because it was a while ago. But it was either Deep Purple at the Hammersmith Apollo, which was bloody great, or it was Embrace and Wilco at the Albert Hall. I can't remember what came first, but they're both great gigs around the same time, and I just thought this is absolutely amazing.
It's
Like,
funny you
yeah.
say Embrace there. They actually did a gig in May, I think, in Preston.
Oh wow, sick.
It was like a big weekend. They had my favourite DJ, Pete Tong, on the Saturday night, and then they did
Oh
like a
nice.
rock event on the Sunday night. And I'm
That's
sure
mad.
Embrace came to Preston. It was
That's
crazy.
wicked. I have a cool story actually about Rich McNamara, who's the guitarist from Embrace. I did a festival last year in Lisbon, and I got a taxi from the airport to the festival. And the guy I sat next to in the taxi was Richard McNamara, and
Crazy.
he's giving me advice on how to do my TikTok. He's in the new band as well now called Eva.
Right, we'll have to look that up.
Yeah, EEVAH. I'll send you a link. And anyway, they're quite big on TikTok, and he was giving me advice on TikTok, and he's such a sweet man. And I know it's a tangent, so I'll be quick, but I was like opening up the festival, and his new band were headlining, and there was literally 5 people there when I was about to go on stage. So he went to a promoter and he said, "Look, can we wait another half an hour or just until there's some more people here for Adam?" And then loads of people showed up, and there's about 50 people. I was like, "This is great," and that was down to him. And I'm just like, "What a lad!" Like, honestly, such a lovely man. And yeah, that's my tangent.
No, but it is great to hear when you hear about, because there's so much bad news at the moment in the news about people in entertainment. It's great to hear that when someone like that is successful,
Yeah,
is actually genuinely a nice person and is looking out for people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is nice. I wish there was a whole news channel just dedicated to like the good in the world and not the negativity. I'd call it good news. And but it's great to hear that, man. It's great to hear that. So
that's good.
what was the first performance that you ever did? Like when you think back, what was the first sort of like performance you did, and what sort of made you think, do you know what, I'm going to give this a go. I'm going to give this a try.
Well, I remember the feeling that I got. I did Cubs, right? And to get my acting badge, I was a lost boy in a local performance of Peter Pan.
Oh,
and
cool,
I remember,
man.
I remember the feeling of like performing was absolutely electric. It's like better than any other feeling. And I was like, well, that feeling's great. And then when I was at college, I was in a few bands, and I just remember, the first gig we did at college was not great. And I don't think we were that good a band at all, to be honest. But just the feeling of like expressing yourself like through music on stage was so powerful, and it's kind of a drug, really, that never gets old.
Definitely, I love that. I mean, I think also like one thing I've always learned is like you just need to start doing stuff. And I imagine at that age you were just trying to just get something going, because at the beginning you're like, I'm not sure if I'm going to be good at this. I don't know if it's going to work out, but I think like you were saying there, you just have to just start, see what happens, and then just make it better as we go along. And because there's a lot of people out there that have analysis paralysis. They'll think about it and they'll work out every single detail, and then a year's gone by and they've not done anything. So it's great that you were like, okay, we're just going to do this, see what happens, on to the next one.
That's a great phrase, man. Analysis paralysis. That's a cool term.
I mean, I had it with the podcast. I was like, oh,
did you?
How I'm going to do it? How's it going to do? Oh, what am I going to do? Oh, this isn't going. I'm worried about this. And then before you know it, like a month's gone by, and you think,
Yeah.
I've not done anything. So I
Look at
started,
you now, man. You're flying.
and now November the 3rd, a year's gone
Wow.
by, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
That's amazing. Are you going to do a nice little anniversary, like a little party?
I'm doing an event which I haven't announced yet, but
Ooh.
I'm doing like an event, and it's going to support Lancashire music.
Sweet. Is that like Preston way?
Yeah, Preston. Yeah.
You should.
So I'm doing
Sweet.
an event Lancashire, and it's to highlight
Nice.
Lancashire music. You see, because the problem I've had is finding people.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they're hiding, but they're not hiding.
Yeah. That's true, man. Is that anywhere near the Ferret? Is that the venue?
Oh,
where...
I'm glad that you know about the Ferret, man. That's
Yeah,
great to hear. Like I
Yeah.
say, I love the Ferret. Lovely people there.
Yeah.
It's no, the venue we're doing it at is called Arch. It's a new venue in Preston, and it's like a
sweet.
studio hire place. But it's great for the summer.
Sweet.
Not sure about October, but we'll work that out later. But no, yeah, that's
sweet.
What I'm
that's
planning
brilliant.
on. Yeah,
that's great, man. I look forward to hearing about that. That's great.
So I think what we're going to do now is move on to the next round, which is on repeat. So 1 second, and we'll be back.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so this is on repeat, and this is about the present and what you're currently working on. So to start that off, what is your biggest daily challenge with music?
Well, I think it's managing all the different aspects that now you have to do as an independent artist, particularly. So it's the writing and performing and recording and promoting and the marketing and the distribution of the music and then the PR side. It's sort of like it can be quite overwhelming when you wake up in the morning. It's like, oh crap, like so many things to do. And but once you get going, like for example, I was cooking breakfast this morning, and then my girlfriend suddenly came in and reminded me, "Is like, you've got a podcast?" I was like, "Oh yeah, sorry." It's like because I'm very one track minded. Whatever's in front of me is what I'm doing. But yeah, it's that. But once you get going, you're all right. It's just like bam, bam, bam. But it's quite easy sometimes just to like crawl back into bed and watch. If you're watching a Netflix series or whatever, it's like just get lost in that. And it's like no, you have to be focused.
No, I can. I've been there myself. I can imagine.
Yeah.
So what are you currently working on then?
So I am. So I have a Patreon, and I have 4 EPs which they've helped support bring out, and I am working on trying to grow the Patreon to get 100 members, and then next year I have an album that I'm doing, and I'm going to do an album launch show in London, and
cool, man.
Possibly a couple of others either around the country or in a few other countries as well. And I'm just working on all of that. But before that, I've got a residency show here in London, September, October, November at West Hampstead Arts Club, and I'm curating 3 of my best friends playing shows, and I'm playing there as well. So yeah, that's sort of like the short term is the London residency and the Patreon, and then the long term is the album. We're going to do the album launch gig in London in October.
Oh, cool, man.
September 2026. So it's like a whole year away. But so there's a lot going on. I'm spinning lots of plates. But it's like, damn.
Yeah, definitely. I like that you said spinning plates. It does feel like that at times.
Yeah.
So what do you? So with all that going on, how do you define daily success? What if when you get to the end of the day, what would make you think, okay, like that has been a successful day there. I've achieved X, Y, Z. What would make you think a day? What is daily success for you?
That's a good question. So sometimes it's as little as, I've done a good post today, and like a few people engaged with it and liked it on Instagram. That's great. But then other days it's like, I booked a couple of gigs to play. Or I've sent this song off to be mastered, or as long as I've done at least 1 or 2 things in that day to forward stuff, I'll feel quite content. It's those days where you don't get to do anything. It can be more tricky, but then it's good to rest as well, right? I guess sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I do speak to a few, like some of my DJ friends because I DJ myself.
Nice. Wicked.
And we do have a good little system amongst the community of people I'm involved with that we do like actually call each other on the phone.
That's lovely,
and like
man.
check,
That's really beautiful.
Are you okay? Like what?
That's
Just talk to each other.
Yeah.
And like what you're concerned about, what you're worried about,
That's
what's
brilliant.
going well. Because I feel like, especially like people that work in music and nighttime things.
Yes.
You're in a dark room.
Oh yeah.
90% of the time.
Yeah.
You get out at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
It's quite isolating, isn't it? So
that's
if
true.
you have one of your mates call you up that does the same thing, that understands it, call you up and say, "Okay, how are you doing, man?" Or
that's good.
Are you okay? And just check on each other, because I feel like the world would be a nicer place if more people did that. Just how are
Definitely.
you?
That's true, man. That's true. I have a couple of friends like that, definitely, and we don't speak as much as we should. I've been trying for a while to get like a little Monday songwriters group together where we just people come round to my house and we drink some whiskey and we share a song we're working on. But you're definitely right. The community aspect is absolutely paramount, because the dark rooms, the late nights, it's all conducive to loneliness. Even though you're meeting lots of people, that's not necessarily your friend. So it's that's really cool, man. That's really inspired me. Thank you for sharing that.
No, I appreciate it. Another thing we also talk about, the group of people that I speak with on the phone, is like making sure that like you have time to just go outside and see some greenery, like trees and things.
Definitely.
And like put the phone aside and just have some we're here, do some exercise, go for a walk, because it's just. I feel like for me personally, it resets everything.
100%. Running's quite good for me in the mornings as well. I try and go for a run as a route I do. As I'm getting older, my back is going. I'm like, I can't run the same way. But that's exercise is good, definitely, because otherwise you're just sat down all day, unless you're on a stage or something. Oh man, that's cool. That's proper inspiring me. Thanks for sharing that.
Well, no, definitely. Like, if you do something, man, let us know. Like, I'd be glad to hear about that. Like I said, I feel like it's really important for like all our communities of like music people. Like, you just need to do a better job at sort of looking out for each other.
Definitely.
Because I feel like if one person wins, we all win.
100%, man. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's such a great quote. That's brilliant. We win together. That's good. Or we lose together. Yeah.
It's like Preston. There's a lot, like at the moment, Preston. There's a lot going on. Like there's a group of people in Preston that want to make Preston like one of the best places for nightlife in Preston. Because at the moment you have to go to like Manchester and Liverpool, and that's great. Manchester and Liverpool, we love it, but like we want more of a local scene.
Where's good to go out in Preston? Where's your top 2 places?
I'd say Ferret, obviously,
nice.
And then obviously Choose Yard.
Okay.
Choose Yard is a new one. It used to be a conservatory showroom, but they converted it into like a space where it's got an event space. It's got a really nice beer garden.
Nice.
It's got these benches everywhere, and there's like little 4 or 5 different food venues, and they do events in the day. It's only open Thursday to Sunday.
Nice.
And a lot of the local up and coming talent performs there. So like musicians, bands, DJs. I've DJ'd there twice.
Yeah.
But no, they're really friendly, and the people are good. Like, I felt like when I went there, they looked after me.
That's great,
and it made me want to come back. And when you get that, you can't. So definitely Choose Yard, the Ferret.
Cool.
I'm trying to think if I've missed anyone out, because they'll be messaging me.
Yeah.
Choose Yard, Ferret. Oh my god, it's going to be obvious. If I've messed you out, guys, I was having a dyslexic moment. I do apologise.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't like you.
We'll post it in the comments.
But we'll put it. I'll put this clip. I'll clip this. Put it underneath and say, "Where's good to go out in Preston?" This will be the post, and it'll say, obviously, it'll say Choose Yard and the Ferret, but and there'll be the list below, like I say. But no, definitely. I think we're good there. I think we're going to move on to the next round, which is discography. So 1 second, and we'll be back. Okay. Okay, so this is discography. And in discography, we talk about your music,
Okay.
which is obviously why it's called discography. So to start that off, what? Well, actually, let's just to say this. Actually, let's move on. So at the moment, your latest release is Merchant Man.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you. So how did that come about?
So I did back in 2019. I was working at a studio in London called Metropolis Studios, which is quite a big studio, like Adele and Queen and all these bands. Like everyone's recorded there. I was
Yeah.
doing night reception, and we'd have a lot of rappers in. Like we had don't even know Wizkid or Future, Kendrick Lamar, all these kind of people, and it was my job to basically manage the building because they would do a lot of sessions through the night, and that was me cutting my teeth in sort of a hip hop rap culture because I'm not from that world, and I loved it. But then there'll be some nights where there was no artist or clients in, so I'd write music, and then the pandemic happened, and I was still working there, and I wrote about 500 plus songs, and Merchant Man was actually the first EP idea that we had. And then I put out something else, but it basically had 4 EP ideas, and I knew I wanted to make an album, but I wanted to use the idea of these EPs to experiment with genre, to see what works live, what works on radio, what works on TikTok, and then for the album at least I can make something that is a more wholesome picture. So so Merchant Man, 7 tracks, and it's the most recent thing I put out 2 weeks ago. It came out, and it's got a rock track on it. It's got a driving guitar song. It's got a bit of a trappy, Post Maloney type beat. It's got a folk song. It's just got a piano ballad. It's just experimenting with genre really. And the idea, Merchant Man. The idea it's called Merchant Man is want to take it out there and play as many gigs with it as possible to promote what I'm doing.
Definitely, no, I love it. Like I say, I was out of the songs on there. I quite liked Pedal to the Medal.
Oh, sweet! Thanks, man.
Because I thought that was great putting that first, because you sort of, sometimes it sounds weird this, but sometimes you can take a moment for an album to start. Do you know what I mean? Like you just okay.
That's true. Actually,
this is the first track.
It's straight in.
Let's get to the second. What's the hit on that album? We'll get straight to that. But with this, you're like, boom.
Thanks,
we're
man.
in
That's
it
cool
now.
Too.
So I did like that.
Thanks, man.
And then obviously, I liked Shaped by the Stars. I loved Shipwrecks.
Oh, sweet.
And
thanks, man.
The one with the rapper on, is it Madmen?
Madman, yeah.
And is it Blacksmith?
It is, yeah. He's a lad.
I thought that was a good genre sort of change there, just to mix it up a bit. So yeah, and then no, I liked it. Also, if we talk about the rest of your music, a big fan of Homesick at the moment.
Oh man, I love the fact you love that. Thank you, mate. That's wicked.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So what was I going to ask? So do you have any favorite tracks that out of your music that you like to perform? Is there one you're like, oh, we're going to do this one tonight? I love doing that one.
Yeah. So I guess the ones I love most live when I'm performing are the ones that get a bit of a buzz going with the audience, because mostly unless I'm doing a headline gig where people come back to see me, I'm still growing my fan base and meeting new audience members, and it's the ones that people can join in with. So I have a song called FOMO, which is quite fun for people to sing along with. Live Pedal to the Metal as well has become an unexpected. I can imagine, Well, the funny thing is, because that production is just it's like a full band. It's got my mate on it on electric guitar in New York. He played it and sent it across because it's got this massive cool solo in it. But live, I can't afford a band. It's just me. So I'm like, well, how can I engage this one man and a guitar song with this audience? And there's just a certain bit where I get everyone to sing, and it feels like everyone's just having a little sing along at the pub. And I'm like, I feel like that's a little part of what I can offer is just sing with me. We'll sing it together. It's not polished, but here's the song. It's like
yeah. But sometimes I think sometimes something raw like that is better, because a lot of music this stage is so digitalized and everything, and
Yeah, definitely.
polished, and there's no imperfections. Sometimes I
Yeah.
think the imperfections are the perfections.
I love that, mate. You're such a poet. You write lyrics as well, because I think you should. If you
Well,
don't,
I did used to do poetry when I was really young, and I got a Blue
yeah.
Peter badge for it. That's my
Shut
claim
up,
to fame.
mate. That's
Yeah,
awesome. You should
it
lead
was.
with that. That's great.
I did wrote a poem about my girlfriend at the time.
Nice. Yeah,
Some
that's the way.
BBC runner rang me up and said, "We really thought it was sweet. We're going to give you a Blue Peter
Oh,
badge for that." I was like,
that's amazing.
"Okay," but no, like I say, I think I used to do acting as well, so I'm just good with words. You see, I
Yeah.
think it's just that, like I say.
Yeah. Good man.
What was I saying? So, do you have any interesting stories about any of your songs?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Do you want to? I definitely do. Do you mean like the way they're written, or
Whatever comes to mind. Like, my big thing on this is like I'm never gonna sort of lead someone's answer. I want people just to be uniquely them. So whatever you think, is fine. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I can tell you about Pedal to the Metal. So I met one of my best mates for a drink at a pub in Camden in London at the Dublin Castle, which is famously where Madness used to play, Amy Winehouse. I think Coldplay played their first gig there. I met him for a drink, and I didn't realise he was already at the pub. So I got us both a beer and a whiskey, because it was like a summer's day a few years ago. And he didn't realise I was there, so he got us both a beer and a whiskey. And then 10 minutes in, I'm like, "Leo, where are you, mate?" He's like, "I'm at the back of the pub." And I'm like, "Well, I'm at the front of the pub." So we met up and we bought these 4 beers and 4 whiskeys between 2 of us. And we drank them all. And then we wrote Pedal to the Metal together, just because we had a guitar with us at the front of the pub. And it was really fun. And fast forward a couple of years later, he's just been traveling around Vietnam. And he sings on the song with me in the chorus. And he sent across his vocal take from a hostel in Vietnam, just on an SM58, and
right,
it's just quite funny the journey that song's been on. And then we ended up getting it mastered by my mate Alex at Abbey Road, who does all Paul McCartney stuff. And it's just been such a fun journey that song has gone on, and I feel very lucky that it exists, because it's a lot of my songs as a singer-songwriter. You only have a couple of songs usually that are upbeat. Normally it's quite like depressing, sad, or romantic songs, unless you're Ed Sheeran or someone like me. I don't have a lot of upbeat songs. So Pedal to the Metal, I'm like, I'm going to take that. It's upbeat, it's fun, let's go with it. And it's been a lot of fun live. Very unexpected at how willing the audience has been willing to sing along with me. And then a couple of weeks ago, I did the second of 2 London headline shows, and they both sold out. And in the audience was MCDT, who's the rapper for that "Do You Really Like It" is and like he was there, and I saw him like singing along. I was like, this is a great gig. And my sister was like proper fangirling over him, and she got a picture with him. I'll send it to you actually, because it's fun. But like, and I just thought, well, that song has really it's gone on and it's beginning to have a little life, and I'm very, very proud of it, I guess.
That's great, man. It's great. You saying about the guy from "Do You Really Like It"? Just was making me think. I was DJing recently, and it's a great song, but the problem is sometimes when I DJ, like you want to sometimes you want to keep things fresh, don't you? And I found this version where there was it was these vocals, but it was the White Stripes behind it. You probably recognise the song.
I'd love to hear that. That's wicked.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like I say, and I was like, as soon as I found this track, I was like, download, get this on my thing, and it's
That's wicked.
But no, like I love how like you were saying there about like the audience in like singing along with you, because I bet that must be so like rewarding to you to see that like people they're enjoying this. Like because with your music you have to wait a little bit to get like online a reaction, but with that it's instant, isn't it? You can it must be amazing, that, man.
No, I love it. It's the best feeling. And the other week I played a festival in London, and on the way home I didn't want to go home yet, so I stopped at an open mic and I played open mic, and I had a few drinks, and I was like, this I don't normally play after a few drinks, but that song still went off. People were still singing along. I was like, that's a good sign. Actually, I need to rehearse because I've got so I'm running away with myself.
No, it's all right, no, but that's it. That's an interesting thing, because when I'm DJing, I don't drink. To be honest with you, I don't really drink anyway. But it's
Yeah.
not a choice I've made. I just
Enjoy it.
you know when I know I do, but I just don't feel it anymore. Do you know when you like?
Yeah.
I have to be in the right mood, maybe
Definitely.
socially, but no.
Yeah.
Like it's interesting that you said there that like you don't really drink. But then, how did you feel like when you had a drink? Do you feel like you were a little more confident because you sort of you were more relaxed, or I don't know, like did that make much difference? Would you say?
Yeah, so I wasn't going to have a drink, but then one of the other performers bought me from the open mic. He bought me a drink, and I was like, yeah, okay, fine. And then I was like, and then someone else bought me a drink, and I was like, oh, fine. And I think you feel looser in one sense, but then I feel like not as in control, which I don't like, because yeah, I prefer to not have a drink when I'm playing, especially if people are paying money to see you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, you have to have a
Yeah.
sort of level of professionalism.
Yeah, so in some ways. And then I open my mouth in between the songs, and it's like, oh, professionalism goes down the drain.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's me too. Sometimes I think like do Instagram videos because you have to these days.
Yeah.
And sometimes I watch them back. I'm going to post this anyway, but people must think, what is this guy rambling about? What is this northerner talking about? You know,
I love it.
You know, it's funny, but some people, sorry to drop, but some people say to me that like some of the little things I do, like they can't wait for the next one. So as long as people keep saying that to me, I'll keep doing it.
No, man, I check. I love your channel's cool, and you're a lovely guy, and I think you're funny and intelligent. So yeah, keep bringing it out, man. It's great.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. Like
of course.
What I think we're gonna do now is I just want to ask you some more music questions about your music because I want to be
sure, man.
I want to make sure that I get enough about your actual music. Okay, so which do you prefer, performing or making music?
I think when I'm rehearsed, performing, but the feeling of writing a song, whether it's on your own or with a friend or with someone you just met, like it's such a great feeling because it's quite intimate. You're talking about real life experiences, and so I really that's priceless for me. But like I've been so busy recording stuff and performing it live, I haven't been able to write as much recently. But at first and foremost, I feel like I'm a songwriter. But live is great as well. When you're rehearsed and you know what you're doing, I know I could go to any room and like try my best to get everyone's eyes to look away from their phones and look up at me and like join in. I feel like I've achieved something then, which is good.
Yeah, definitely.
We've made a moment together. Yeah.
It's hard work that though these days with the phones. Like I say, it is because there's a double-edged sword, isn't it? Like you need that so that people video it goes around.
Yes.
Go, oh, what's this song? Great.
Yes.
But then at the same time, you want to be present,
definitely
listening to the music.
Do you know what? Well, the thing is, I've been to, you probably have as well, but been to shows where there's a performer on stage. It doesn't matter what the genre of it's like rap, rock, metal, whatever. But when the attitude of the person performing is like, look at me, everyone listen, it's like, it feels a bit demanding. But I try not to do that approach. I try to be like, well, if I'm as good as I possibly can be and try a few other little tricks to try and get people to pay attention without being too bossy, then that's I've done my job well. But then once or twice I played shows in Germany, and when I speak German to the audience, I don't know what it is. I'm quite bossy. I don't know. I blame my German teacher at school, but like
that's quite funny actually. I've never thought about. We're going off a tangent here, but I've never thought the person you learn a language from, you might pick up like traits of their personality a little bit. You know, say if they say it in a certain, say if they were like a very to the point person, like hello, how are you? You'd be like speaking German, like da 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 da.
Honestly, it's one of those clips that's gonna haunt me like for many years to come, because I basically tell the audience there's like 200 Germans, and they're doing such a great job of singing my song back at me, and then I just say to them, Ruhe bitte, which means quiet please. But I say it in the tone that my German teacher would have said it to us in class.
Right.
When we were obviously talking, I was like, oh no, I need to work on this. This is bad. They're very gracious, but
Goodness me.
Yeah.
I think what we're going to do now is move on to the last round, which is Dream Big. So 1 second, and we'll be back with that.
No worries, man.
Okay, so this is Dream Big, and in Dream Big, we talk about the future and future aspirations. So to start that off, what is your biggest aspiration for your music?
So it's become a bit of a symbol, I suppose, to artists. But like, I would love to play Wembley Stadium, and I never really thought about it much. But I thought I lived in a flat for a while where we could see from the window Wembley, and I was like, I'm going to play there. And then I saw recently Coldplay have got 10 shows on sale for Wembley, and I think Ed Sheeran did 7. I'm like, I'll be happy just playing it once. That'll be cool. So that's sort of like the pinnacle of what I want to aim for, just to see if I could do it. In the short term, I just want to get my album out and sell some copies of it on CD and vinyl. And I feel like that's going to be a really big moment for me. And they're the two big things I would love to do.
Definitely. I look forward to hearing the album.
Thanks, man. I'll send it to you once it's done.
And I've listened to your recent EP, The Merchant Man.
Thanks,
if
man.
it's on the same level of that, no worries, I would say.
Oh,
personally.
bless you.
And I'm not
Thanks,
saying
man.
that just because you're on.
No.
I'm saying it because I actually genuinely mean it.
Sweet. Thank you, mate.
So, talking of albums, who are your dream artist or artists to collaborate with?
Oh, yeah. I think I would love to collaborate with Ed Sheeran, just because people often compare us, and I think it'd be quite funny just to be like, see, we're different people. Like, But then aside from that, like, I grew up quite a big U2 fan, so Bono would be cool. It's not really cool to say that, by the way, as a musician. People look down on you, but that's true. And then,
but I would say, if it's, I mean, I'd love to do a song like a song with Seal.
That would be amazing.
That'd
be cool.
Like dance music, like. But so if it's what you are happy with, who cares about other people, about being cool? If it's cool to you, it's cool to you, isn't it, man?
No, that's great advice. Thank you. I will take that. Thank you. So they're the top 2, I think, that come to mind.
So Bono and I've forgotten now.
Ed Sheeran, that ginger guy. The one who works in Safeways or like supermarket. Yes.
No, but I think your Ed Sheeran's personality and your personality, I think actually your personalities would blend well, because I always think like when I'm going to work with someone in whatever capacity in music, I always think, what is their energy like? What is their vibe like? Who, if we don't do music, would we still have a good time?
That's true.
If we would have a good time if we weren't doing music, then I'm like, okay, then I can definitely work with this person. If the answer's no, then I'm like, okay, we're not going to do something because it's not best for them and it's not best for me, and then nobody's upset. Do you know what I mean?
That's so true, man. Yeah, it has to be natural. You hit the nail on the head there. That's beautifully articulated. So,
dream festival, concert, or another location that you think, well, you said Wembley there, haven't you? I don't know why I'm forgetting stuff here. I'm going to lose my marbles.
We covered a lot of ground.
You said Wembley there. So is there any other like festival or venue or big like iconic sort of event that you think, one day that would be great?
Obviously Glastonbury's up there. I've never played Glastonbury. I've never even been to Glastonbury, so I'd like to do that. Madison Square Garden would be cool. There's a place in Colorado called Red Rocks, which is quite famous, like gig venue. And then
that sounds good, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's a festival in Dorset called it begins with B. I can't remember what it's called, but it looks like such a fun festival to play. But there's a theatre in my hometown as well, Kingston upon Thames, called the Rose Theatre. It's about 900 capacity, and I'm like, I've
heard of the Rose Theatre, yeah.
Yeah, I would love to sell that place out. That's my goal. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Definitely. I mean, it's always when it's your hometown, it's like, it's just because you grew up in that area. You're like, this is it. You know, like I don't like to say made it, but I can't think of a better word to say. But you think, yes, I've made it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Fingers crossed.
I think that's going to happen. You know, I think that's going to happen, man.
Thanks, Rich. Appreciate that.
Also, if not, show them this. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Just make it happen. You know, like
love that.
Like the thing in Preston at the moment, there's like we don't have a big capacity like venue that can like like touring artists. Like I'm not the example I give is Taylor Swift. I don't think Taylor Swift would ever come to Preston, but you know that's that level of artist where you need a big venue.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have that. We used to have the Guildhall. It was the local theatre. That's changed into something else now. So I want to try and start a campaign to get a venue in Preston for big artists, because I think if we can get that, then that makes Preston more exciting to come to. You know, I'd love to see like big bands coming in, like Coldplay. I'm trying to think of artists now, but you know, all the big like the current mix of things, whatever time it might be, come into Preston. You know, I mean, we're really good at grassroots stuff. Yeah, the Ferrets. Yeah, Choose Yards. Yeah. I don't know why I can't remember anything this morning. It's embarrassing, but anyway,
it's early. It's all early.
But no, like these grassroots venues in Preston, you know, we're good at that, but we need something for big capacity.
Yes. Well, mate, that's going to happen. I'll come play it. It's gonna be great.
The reason I mentioned that, I remember now. Is you know, like you've got to try and make these things happen. I mean, you've got to try and will them to it being. I mean,
100%.
Make it happen. You know, like that's part of the reason I've started this event I'm going to be doing in October, is to find the talent you would need.
Yeah.
And then once we've got all that together, let's build the infrastructure.
That's amazing, man. That's beautiful.
Preston is we don't have the infrastructure. I think we do. It's just not the normal sort of like big venue. We have all these little venues. So why not do like something like
Festival?
Exactly, like the Edinburgh Festival.
I love that.
Preston with music venues and stuff. You know,
I think that's brilliant.
That'd be great. You know,
Preston Fringe. That'd be cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The actual Ferret did the Ferret Fringe, I think, or something like that recently.
Genius! What a great idea.
Lovely people there. Anyway,
brilliant.
So the final thing I'm going to ask you is: is there any other like dreams or ambitions that you think, oh, one day if I did that, like for me to write a song, a new version of a James Bond theme in like in a dance sort of like different dance genre.
Yeah, because that's not been done before, is it? That's a great idea.
They did. They had one with, I think it was Madonna, and it was a bit dancey, but and then a DJ I know, said to me about another artist. But the way I imagine it in my head, it's not quite the way I wanted it. So, is there anything like that for you that you would think? Do you know what? One day that would be, if I could achieve that, that'd be great.
Ooh, I'm not sure. I always wanted to play on the Jules Holland show. I thought that would be
definitely.
That'd be pretty.
I love that program.
James Bond would be cool, man. I think it'll be fun to have like a TV theme tune. I mean, from a business angle, that's going to pay well. But also, I picking up this guy from the airport on Friday, and then I'm supporting him on Saturday, and he's in a band called Nerf Herder, and his band did the theme tune for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Do you remember that too? And that got me thinking. I was like, I would love to do a show like that. That would be really fun. And I think theme tune will be cool. But whether it's James Bond, I mean I don't know. That would be cool. I need to try and beat Ed Sheeran to it first, because I reckon that's on the cards for him. He's gonna do it one day.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I always think about like, I know we're going off on a tangent here, but I love tangents.
Yeah. Definitely.
I always think about like who'd be good for like to write a James Bond theme or to sing on it. And one I think would be perfect.
Yeah.
And Amazon, if you're listening, they're not, but they should be, is an artist call, and you want to look this guy up, Jack Salvaretti.
Oh, yeah, he's amazing. Definitely. Oh, yeah.
His voice,
Yeah.
some of his songs already sound like a theme to James
That's
Bond.
true, man. Do you know what? Jack Salvaretti or Lana Del Rey, she would be amazing.
Yeah,
I think
definitely,
should be cool.
Definitely. But like, maybe it's the Britishness in me. It's where when I think of like other ambitions, that's where my mind goes.
Yeah. That's great, man. That's genius. I reckon that could happen.
Definitely. So I think we're going to wrap things up here now, because obviously I don't want to take up too much of your time. Before we do go, what platforms are your music on? Where can people find it? This is a new thing I'm adding at the end because I've realised I need to help more. So where can we find your music?
So I'm on Bandcamp, bandcamp.com/Adam Wedd, Spotify, Adam Wedd, what's the other one? Patreon, Adam Wedd. They're the main ones. I'm on Instagram, and come say hello. And I'm hoping to tour a lot into next year, so hopefully I'll play the Ferret in Preston. Hopefully, fingers crossed. That's,
definitely. Well, if you do, man, I'll be coming down.
Oh, that'd be sweet, man.
I
love that. That'd be great. You should DJ, man. If I do that, I'd love you to DJ. That would be great.
I'm up for it, man. Let's make it happen. I was gonna say any gigs coming up, but you've already done that for me.
Sweet.
I was also gonna say that I found your music on Apple Music.
Oh, brilliant. That's great.
So, I mean, I had a similar thing. I didn't know that my podcast was on Audible. It is on Audible. So
that's awesome, man.
I didn't even know it.
Genius.
My directory has just done it for me. I don't know how, but there we are. So, but no, like I say, I'm gonna just say that I really appreciate your time.
Oh,
thanks for coming on. It's been great speaking with you. And
I loved it.
I just wish you all the best. I want the album to go well. And,
thank you.
I'm really happy with the EP that you've brought out. That is someone I'm going to recommend to my friends, man.
Bless you, man. Send me your address and I'll ping you a little postcard in the post of it because I've got a little.
No worries.
Yeah, I mean,
perfect, man.
Thank you so much, Mitch. It's been lovely chatting to you. Thank you.
Definitely, like I say, and I'll keep you up to date with anything, and we'll put a post on the Instagram later today with all the stuff that we've talked about. So no worries, man. I'm going to leave it.
Huge love, Rich. Thanks, brother.
That's been What's That Music About, and you have a great day. Speak to you later.
Pleasure, man.
Thanks, bye.
In the mix with DJ Rambo Rich.